Welcome to another show of Great Minds, another podcast. It is very lovely to see you, Dan,
You
again.
too?
And just before we begin, I have been getting. I just for the clarity of it, I'm just gonna say thousands. I know they're not thousands. I've got thousands of people saying we're pretty delayed in the next episode, so I had to rush it.
Mm-hmm.
And today's topic is going to be very interesting,
Okay.
and it can only be discussed with you.
Okay. Excited.
So, beginning with how has been your week, or ever since we had a podcast?
Week's been good. I don't remember how long ago our last podcast was. It's been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks.
But yeah, no, still busy making some updates to my news show.
Oh, you have a new show?
Yeah, you know what it is, on Thursday nights.
Oh,
the show
yes,
we do on
yes,
Thursday
yes,
nights.
yes, yes.
We've been making some updates to that, new graphics and whatnot.
Right.
We're now in the middle of the fall sports playoff season, so
Right.
field hockey is,
Yeah.
they're playing. They got some games. They are going to the Elite Eight this weekend, so that's been a big news item. We're just kind of chugging along here.
Keeping the boats
Mm-hmm.
above the water. And so the title for this show is going to be From Burnout to Balance. So it's going to be about practical strategies, practical strategies for anyone who is trying to balance work with home, with family,
Mm-hmm.
and so that everything is moving in the direct uh, the scale of what they want,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, for the first thing that we're going to talk about is going to be what are the common signs and symptoms, according to you,
Mm-hmm.
whereby you know that either I'm about to burn out, I've burned out, or yep, I'm now stressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm probably not the best person to talk to about it just because I'm probably gonna be bad at explaining it. But
Yeah.
I guess yesterday I feel like I reached that point of burnout. You kind of like you get that feeling, kind of. It's like in your face almost. Like it's like in your face. It's not a headache. It's not a migraine.
Yeah.
It's just like, or maybe it's just like a product of staring at a computer screen for 8 consecutive hours
Yeah.
over the course of the day. But you just kind of feel like you feel it right in your face.
Yeah,
Like it's just
yeah.
like your face is like your skull is pressed right up against the front of your face, and like everything is just getting smushed together.
I call it a fog.
Yeah. You start to
it's
feel
like a
very
fog.
foggy, like you're getting blurry vision almost.
Yeah.
But it's like not even the same thing as like stress. It's like stress and burnout, I guess, are like two different things.
Yeah.
And that might be a personal belief, or that might be more of a commonly accepted belief. But
Yeah.
like I feel like that's burnout. Where,
That's
like
burnout.
You just get to that point of like you're just
Your
you're
brain
just
cannot even
numb.
take in anything.
Yeah, you're just numb. You just been going too hard for too long. And you just start to just kind of feel it, and it's like right in your face is where I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Stress is more so like you feel that like in like your gut, like it's like something you feel like in your in your chest and
Like it's
in your
stress.
gut, like it's like, and that's just when like you know that there's like so much that still needs to be done. Like burnout is like, okay, you've done a lot.
I know.
You've
Yeah.
accomplished a lot. And like you even have
that
like
makes
that.
sense.
Like
Right.
it's almost like working out, where like
Yeah.
you work out for the first time in a while, and then you're just really really sore the next day.
Yep.
Like it's a good thing because you know that you worked out hard. Like you put your body through enough of a grind where
right.
now you're in some serious pain.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how I describe burnout, where like at the end of an 8-hour shift, a 10-hour shift, or whatever the heck it is you're doing. And you just kind of feel that state of exhaustion, and like you just can't really even see straight.
Yeah.
Versus stress, where it's like constantly weighing on you, and you just kind of you just feel it in your chest, you feel it in your gut, and you feel it
Mm-hmm.
just because there's so much more that you know needs to be done.
Yes.
and that comes and goes. It doesn't happen. I feel like it doesn't happen simultaneously with burnout.
Uh huh.
Um,
It one of them happens in different occasions.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And so it's funny enough that you've already helped us diagnose burnout. And do you do you have any clear experiences when you were like, you know what, I've really burned out.
Um, like I'm trying to think of a specific example.
Uh-huh.
Um, usually, I feel like this happened recently. Actually, I remember there was a Thursday night a few weeks ago
Yeah.
where like Thursdays, every Thursday for me is I get burned out to some degree because basically from like 9 a.m.
Right.
to 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
I'm just staring into a computer screen, just constantly writing, editing, filming if I have to, setting up the studio, breaking down the studio, talking to people, directing people, and giving people instructions. So Thursdays, it's like, and it's been that way for 10 years now, and it's like I'm used to it, and it's like whatever.
Yeah,
Kinda,
yeah.
so like it's like every Thursday.
Yeah.
I remember there was a Thursday just a few weeks ago where um, we were getting ready to,
Yep.
to film our news show.
Yep.
So it was like 6:30 p.m. on like a Thursday night, and the thermostat was set to heat. And this sounds like the dumbest thing you've ever heard of, but the thermostat in the studio,
Yep.
like where we record, where our anchors sit, you know, we've already got like a full panel of lighting, a lighting
Yep.
grid that emits tons of heat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like it gets hot in there, and every once in a while, or I should say every day, the thermostat switches to heat.
Yeah.
For some unknown reason, we have no control over.
I think it burns out and also turns to heat.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So it turned to heat on this particular night, and I was just so sick of that happening because we're supposed to remember to turn it down to cool
Yes.
at 6 o'clock
Yes.
on Thursday nights. I have a big message on the whiteboard.
Oh yeah.
Just
Oh, you
turn
put
down,
it.
turn down the thermostat at 6 o'clock. Make sure it's on cool and blowing cool air.
All
So
right.
the studio gets nice and cool, so that our
Yeah.
anchors aren't sweating.
Mhm.
And this particular night, this was like the 80th instance of this happening, and I just like, it happened. I looked over at the thermostat. It said heat. My anchor was like, Dan, hot. And I just like, I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. Like this, like, it was after like 12 hours of just editing and writing, and like this little, the stupid thermostat thing
Yeah.
just kind of set me off.
It's always
and I was
those
like,
little things, huh?
yeah, I was like, I'm done. So I got through the show, packed up, went home, and just like crashed and didn't move. I was just like, I'm just gonna throw on the whatever the heck was on that night.
Yeah.
Put on Family Guy or something, and just
I love Family Guy.
and just something stupid and mindless, and just get into the fetal position and
And you just
start
just
over the
crashed
next
out.
day. Just start over the next day.
Great.
I think I might have actually taken the following day off. I think I might have called in sick the next day.
Sometimes it's better, you know.
Yeah.
And so that was actually nice of you to share that. And I have this thing whereby I'm like especially let's say for the burnout. I remember there was a time I was from school. I had literally just started going to school, like Brandeis, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I come back home. It was like at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and I had this long week of exams and back and forth with the professors. And the next day I had to go to church and to both pray, and I was also serving there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized that I'd burned out was when I looked for sleep up to 5 a.m. in the morning. I could not sleep
Okay.
and I could not do anything
Yeah.
because I was exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember calling my mom and I was like, I just don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I sometimes I have to take, or like it's gotten to the point where like every night, and it's probably because like I'm in my 30s now, and just life in general is just more stressful than it used to be. I take like those like CV, like the you can get them just at CVS, like those melatonin gummy things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just kind of they knock you out.
And they just knock you out.
Yeah, it's not ZQL, but it's like something like that. I forget what it's called. But
Oh, they
yeah.
do?
Yeah, it helps. Like it just kind of knocks you out.
So for the people going through burnouts, please go to CVS. Thank you very much.
Not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
But a stress doctor.
Yeah.
And do you have any mindful? Okay, I know you do, but what are your favorite mindful practices or stress relieving practices that you do during the week or during work? Like in those situations whereby you realize, because I remember when in the beginning of the podcast I was like, what are those instances when you realize you burned out? So like, what do you do in those times after realizing?
Yeah, it's like I don't have anything that like I make sure I always do. Like it's not like okay, every day at 6 o'clock I'm gonna go take a walk around the block or something like that. Or like if I start to get stressed, like I'm gonna go just take a break or go get a snack or something.
Right.
It's like it's really just I just kind of push
You just
through
push.
as hard as I can go for as long as I can go.
Yeah.
And then at some point I just go home and take the dog for a walk, and that's always therapeutic, and hang out with my wife and watch a TV show and watch the Celtics, watch the Pats, whatever the heck is on.
Do you play video games?
Not as much as I used to. I have a PS5 and a Switch, and I've played like the latest like Legend of Zelda game, and
Do you play Call of Duty?
No, I never got into Call of Duty. Played Fortnite for a minute. I'll still fire up Fortnite like once a year just to see what
Just once a year to see
what does it look like now. There's a new Star Wars game that I do want to get, but
Right.
I don't know, it's just like I don't have like the patience these days to sit and play a game. I feel like I gotta be doing like multiple things. So I'll put on like a sport, like a game or a movie or something. I'll go on my phone and I'll do like 10 things at once. So
it's called fighting the dopamine.
Yeah, exactly.
You feed it.
Yeah.
And for me, I have this weird thing, especially when I want to like decompress with my video games.
Right.
I just cannot decompress with Call of Duty. It's like
I mean, it's
too much going on. It's guns and jeez.
It's a recreation of probably the thing that causes the most burnout of anything on Earth. There's a game called Slime Rancher that I'd highly recommend.
Oh, Slime Rancher
to cure burnout. Just a very relaxing game where there's just like these little balls of slime.
Oh,
that
nice.
They live on this island, and you're a rancher, and you go around sucking them all up and putting them into little pens. And you can make them like eat each other, and then they form like a bigger slime, and it's very relaxing.
What is it called?
Slime Rancher.
Slime Rancher.
There's currently 2 games. There's a Slime Rancher 1 and Slime Rancher 2. Slime Rancher 2 is kind of incomplete, but Slime Rancher 1 is a delight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Highly recommend it.
So, guys, anyone who is feeling stressed, another tip from the stress doctor: go and play Slime Rancher.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, one more thing: do you incorporate physical activity in it, like to decompress? Do you work out or do you do some running?
No, no. I should, but I don't.
You should.
I do very much look forward to my after work dog walks. Like I take my dog for a walk, and like that I very much look forward to. That's about the extent of it. I should work out. I should go for runs and longer walks and things like that. But I don't.
All right. And still on the strategies of decompressing. Have you built any support networks around you?
I have my I have my wife and my family, and
Nice,
that's really all I
Mm-hmm.
need.
Mm-hmm.
I my wife is in a very similar field, and
Yeah.
she goes through similar things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes to a greater extent than me. So
Yeah.
you know, lean
Uh-huh.
on her, she leans on me.
No, I know, I know.
Yeah,
It's good. It's
it's
good to
really all
always have.
it's really all I need.
Mm-hmm. Because it's always good to even sometimes talking about the stress can literally
Hmm.
de-stress it, you know,
Right.
and like just sharing the reasons why you've burned out
Hmm.
can really be helpful, even if it's with family or friends or
Hmm.
like a partner.
Yeah.
And so, how do you prioritize tasks and responsibilities in the essence of um, because there's one thing that I want people to pick from here.
Hmm.
Most of the times, why we are stressed or why we burn out is it's not our doing.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's all about prioritizing. There's some things that have you ever come to work and you're like, I am going to literally just edit this, and then for some reason there's always that tiny issue that just takes you down a rabbit hole, and at the end of the day you're just stressed and you don't even remember what you had to do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's like every single day. I come in with a project in mind, and then immediately I'm derailed, and I have to do something else.
Uh-huh.
So that's like every single day.
It's
But
like every single day.
that's just the nature of media. That's the nature of news, and
Yeah.
things are just always happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So do you have any like any strategies for prioritizing tasks and responsibilities for someone who is not even a news director, but
mm,
let's say for a news reporter or
mm.
anyone in a leadership role? How do
Mm.
you prioritize work?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm in a very unique situation because like
Yep.
I have like deadlines.
Yep.
I mean, most people have deadlines in
Uh-huh.
in some sense of the word. Like I have a show that airs at 7 o'clock every Thursday, and I got to
Yeah.
make sure everything is ready at that time
Yeah.
every single Thursday.
I wonder how you do it even sometimes, you know?
Yeah, it's every week I feel like I'm running right up against it, but I always manage to get it done. But I'm big on. I've recently become big on lists,
Oh, you have
which is
lists.
yeah, which is not like a uncommon practice, but
Yeah.
I
It's uncommon.
like
Oh,
I literally ordered I ordered just like this like whiteboard, or it's a blackboard
Mm-hmm.
thing that I just put on my desk, and I can put stuff in it, but then I can also write on it. So I just write down like, okay, here's all the stuff I got to do.
Oh,
And
the
then I
one
just,
that I see in front of your
yeah, the thing that has
workstation.
the messiest handwriting you've ever seen in your entire
Yeah, yeah.
life. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, so I just kind of write down things I have to do, and I just
Uh-huh.
check them off as I go, and
Mm-hmm.
then the following week I just erase it and
Mm-hmm.
start over.
Oh, you
Uh,
got it off Amazon?
yeah.
What is it called?
I forget what it's called.
Uh-huh. It's like a whiteboard.
Yeah, if you just search like desk whiteboard, I'm sure
Desk
it'll come right
whiteboard.
off.
Right.
There's a bunch of different kinds. I think it might have been on Shark Tank at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's really really great. I love it.
Okay,
It's
that's
helped a
great.
lot.
And about there's one thing that for example, especially in your work setting,
Hmm.
you have a lot of people that are looking up to you, that get direction from you, that get tasks to do in a day.
Yep.
And you also have maybe people that need advice from you, that need, uh, the position that you're in.
Yeah.
People really rely on you. And how have you learned to say no to something so that you focus, so that you don't burn out?
I mean, that's a good question.
Because you don't need to even literally say no. You can even just
I just don't
avoid.
do it.
You
Yeah, I
just
just
don't do it.
yeah, exactly. 'Cause, like I rarely, I'm very bad at saying no, and I'm very bad
Yeah, same with me.
like if
Very bad.
someone like asks if they can like something that they can do that
Yeah.
I need them to do, or
Yeah.
something that they want me to do.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at saying no, and I'm trying to be better about saying no,
Mhm.
which I have been to an extent. But I mean, well, with like our interns, like you and
Yeah.
our volunteers, like I'll always try to say yes,
Yeah.
because you know, you guys aren't our interns and volunteers are not, you know, they're not staff because they're
Yes.
not, you know, so they're clearly not in this for the money.
Yes,
and
yes,
they're
yes.
just they're here to learn and they're
Yes.
here to help. So like,
Yeah.
how in the world can I possibly say no to that? You know?
Yeah. And what of the people who like the staff?
If they're staff, I'll be like, go ask Victoria.
You be like, you know what? Just go ask Victoria.
Yeah, or like, and there's like plenty of stuff like with staff. It's like there are a lot of like fallback projects. Like you could call it busy work, but it's still it's stuff that has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like not any crazy urgency behind it. So
Yeah.
like if we got all video, like if all videos are edited and all assignments are done and
Yeah.
people have like some time on their hands to like
Yeah,
do
yeah.
something and they come in like, hey, is there anything you need me to do?
Yeah.
And if I don't have anything for them to do, I'll just be like, hey, go index some videos on VOD.
Yeah.
Like that, because like that's something that we have to do.
Right, right.
And it's something that we don't have to do it like constantly every day.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
when we have like 10, 20, 30 minutes to spare, like if you can do a little bit of that, it's huge.
Cool.
So there's with staff, it's very easy just to be like, nope, just go do some indexing for a bit. And I'll
So it's called it's like strategic delegation.
yeah,
Instead of saying no, you just delegate. Right?
exactly. Because
Mhm,
there's always something that needs to be done.
There's always something that needs
It's-
to be done,
it's
especially
just-
in this country.
Yeah, it's just a matter. Yeah, exactly. So
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of what happens there.
And then in the line of in the context that we're talking about, right? Do you have a work life separation routine? Like,
No, I'm horrible at that. There's no work life. It's like it goes.
it's the way
straight
you
home
say
to
it. You're
me.
like, no, I'm just work. I'm
Yeah,
just work.
yeah. No, it's like I definitely try to turn it off, but like especially like this time of year when like field hockey, like I have the weekend off, but the field hockey team plays on Saturday, so I'm definitely
Yeah.
going to be keeping an eye on that, and I'll probably have to do something with it in real time. So,
Yeah.
no, I mean, yeah, it's like that doesn't happen all the
I
time.
have back in my country when I was working for shout out to Emmeline. She was the procurement head
Mm-hmm.
for certain it's called Watoto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she used to go on these day offs, or she could take time off work for like say a week or two. And you know what she would do? She would explicitly turn her phone off and literally point out people whose names would go through if they called. The same way with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like she could not literally just do work life separation.
Mm-hmm.
She would just disappear from the
Oh wow.
from the world, you
Wow.
know.
Yeah,
And she'll like go MIA,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll just appear the next day
Yeah.
of maybe work.
Mhm.
So it's something maybe our viewers can look at, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's one thing with communication with
Mhm.
with the loved ones. Maybe you had to call your wife in the morning and you didn't
Mhm.
because of work, or maybe you had to take something home.
Mhm.
For example, on the Thursday where you were so stressed out and you the heater didn't work
Mhm.
out. How do you sometimes communicate to them when you're burned out or when you're stressed with work?
I mean,
I'm
it's
not,
at the,
it's
yeah.
not typically about, let's say, how you do it, but how do you go around that communication?
Yeah, I mean, it's never like outwardly said. I don't think anybody just says like declares, "I'm burnt out."
I'm
and
burnt
then-
out.
and then everybody around them stops.
Uh-huh.
Like that's not like how it works. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of people kind of being able to read me, which has become very easy over the years because everybody knows like on Thursdays don't mess with
On Thursday, don't mess with that.
just don't mess with them. Don't mess with them. And there are staff here where you know, there are certain days not to mess with them.
Yeah.
Like if there's a
It's
big,
called reading in between the lines.
yeah, if there's like a football game on a Friday night, you know, don't mess with Victoria 'cause she's got to prep for that. If there's
Yeah.
a board meeting, don't mess with Andrea.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, things like, you know, there's, so like we all have,
Mm-hmm.
we're all going through it every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And
Yeah.
it's like you just kind of have to, you know, mask it as best you can,
As best
deal
as
with
you
it
can.
as best you can, but
Mhm.
like you can't just be like, yeah, I'm too burnt out. Don't
just
talk
burnt
to
out,
me.
don't
Don't
talk
even,
to
don't
me."
even acknowledge my existence. As much as you'd like to say that to
Yeah.
everybody, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
But you know,
Some of the
it's,
times when
it's tricky.
when I'm stressed, what I do is, um, for the most part, you might not even realize it when you are putting the stress on someone.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then now for some of the times maybe when you have realized that you're burned out,
Mm-hmm.
I call it walking on landmines. You have to be careful with the words you say, how you say it, especially for that moment, because I know acknowledging that you're stressed can literally, it cannot go over an hour,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I know even when you went home, there's some things that literally just took you off, you know.
Right. Right.
Right. So i- in our closing remarks before we turn into the icebreaker, is there any takeaways that the viewers need to get in this work-life environment and stress and burnout? How to balance in between?
It's always nice to know that whatever you're burning out over, stressing out over, like, I think the key is just in the back of your mind knowing that it's doing something you love or something that's worth it.
Yeah.
You know,
It has to be worth it.
that's what gets me through. And
Uh-huh.
I'm in a very kind of privileged position in that way where I'm, you know, I get stressed out and burnt out like anyone else, but I'm doing it for something that I really love and I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's because I want the things that I'm doing to be the best that they possibly can be, and I will destroy myself to get that to make that happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, you know,
You got to do what you love
yeah,
if it's going to stress
and
you
not
out.
everybody has that is able to do that.
I know.
It's about finding, I guess, the joy in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Even if you might hate it, it's finding some kind of joy in it.
You have to look at
satisfaction.
something forward.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm in a good position where like it's almost like it's all everything, all my burnout, all my stress. It's like almost all self-imposed because like there is no one like no one, like my bosses are not like coming into my office every day and be like, Dan, you need to do this,
You need to
this, and this, and this, and have it done by here and here and like nobody does that. Like everything is like it's all on me. Like I put it all on myself.
Yeah. Nice. And so moving forward, what is that secret talent that you have that people do not know about?
Secret talent.
Yes, that you like to share with the viewers.
Do I have a secret talent?
A secret talent can be, I know how to make tea under 2 seconds.
No, definitely don't know how to make tea. Can't make anything. Can't cook anything. So it's
Under
not
2
cook. I'm not artistic in any way. So it's not that. Maybe it's probably something sports related. Like if you ask me, I wish I could be like, I could name like all the players like on the 2004 World Series Red Sox team. Like I wish I could just I'd name a bunch of them.
How many are they?
There's like 25 of them.
Can you
26
name
of them.
10
Oh yeah, I can
with,
name. Yeah,
with their first names?
Yeah, Manny Ramirez, Bill Miller, Trot Nixon, Kurt Schilling, Pedro
Shout out to-
Martinez, Nomar Garcia Parra, who was not. He didn't win the World Series, but he got a ring because he was on the team that year. Mike Timlin, Alan Embry, Orlando Cabrera, Doug Minkiewicz, Dave Roberts, Jason Varitek, Johnny Damon, David Ortiz. I just watched the Netflix documentary that came out recently, so
Oh, really?
fresh on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis Laskanik.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have a lot of useless sports knowledge. I guess that's my hidden talent. I have a lot of useless
I
knowledge.
have a hidden talent though.
Yeah.
So there's a genre in music that's called piano. It's South
Mm-hmm.
African music,
Okay.
and I just realized it was a talent that I had
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I I can sing their lyrics in their language.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally speak uh, the South African language a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and if you ask me what it means, I wouldn't tell you. So that's a useless secret talent that I have, maybe.
Okay.
And to finalize it, can you eat spaghetti with chopsticks?
I've never tried. I bet I could.
The last time I did, I thought I was having leprosy. I thought I was having a stroke. I was like, how do I not control?
Slimy. You're very slimy. I'll try it. I'll try it next time I have spaghetti. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, you're gonna try it.
Yeah.
Please record. You'll
Yeah.
see that you're
Yeah,
about to
I'll
have a
try it.
stroke.
Yeah.
And still about food. Pineapples on pizza. Yes or no?
No. No. Plebeians out there that enjoy that.
all the weirdos out there enjoying pizza on pineapple.
Get your fruit. Get the fruit off of the pizza.
Speaking of that, what's that one weird food combination that you have that you're like you're proud to say it?
Let's see. I'm a very bland person. Like I don't.
You're very
Like I like cheese pizza. I like plain things, but there's got to be something weird like that though.
Or something you want to try out, a
Um,
combination you want to do.
Because like people have told me like Oreos and Pepsi go together or something like that.
Oreos and Pepsi.
Yeah, or like Oreos and Coke like go together. I think I've heard that one. Man, that's a good question because I feel like there's definitely something.
Yeah, like look in the morning. What's that weird combination that you
I did. I mean, I did just get the Kelsey Brothers cereal, the Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky Charms, and it's like all combined into like one cereal. That was really good.
That was really good.
But like that's like, I mean, of course that would be good. Like who wouldn't think that would be good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I did recently. I had I think there's a way where like pizza and maple syrup can go together.
I'm not having that conversation.
I feel like I had. It wasn't like just your regular like cheese pizza.
How can you put maple syrup with pizza, Dan?
Yeah, I had. I forget where it was. I had like it was like a breakfast pizza. It was really good. It was like like a lot of eggs and maple syrup, and it was good. That's probably the weirdest, most out of left field food I've had lately.
So, do you know porridge?
I've never had porridge.
You've never had porridge?
I don't think so.
This is the first time I'm talking to someone who has never had porridge. How does it?
I just know it from that nursery rhyme.
Oh yeah.
The Three Bears or whatever. That's like the extent of my experience with porridge.
What of peanuts?
See, I like nuts. Like,
You don't like
peanuts,
nuts?
walnuts, like anything like that. Yeah.
So that's what I do. I normally get porridge
Mm.
in a cup,
Mhm.
and then I just pour peanuts in it.
Yeah.
I just slurp it all down the way. I learned it from boarding school.
Okay, that's interesting.
All right, Dan. Thank you very much. And for all those of you who are watching, don't forget to, it's the way you're celebrating. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then don't forget to subscribe to WCA News. That's your part to say. I don't know. You have.
Yeah,
you have
follow Watertown Cable News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on Facebook. It's just Watertown Cable News.
Yeah.
Instagram, it's Watertown Cable News. Twitter, it's WCN_Watertown.
And how do they find you?
They can find me if they go to
Email.
you can email me, danh@wcatv.org. Call me direct, 617-923-8610, extension 4. You can also go on wcatv.org and find our staff page and other staff members, and everything you need to know is right on there.
All right. And those of you who are in Watertown and would like to do podcasts, they can always come here, Dan. Right?
Please, yeah, we are having a podcasting workshop. Wait, maybe I can pull up the dates real quick because
Yeah.
we do want to advertise that because I'm actually instructing the podcasting workshop this time around because Sam Olson, our assistant director, is on maternity leave, and she usually
Yeah, yeah.
teaches the workshops.
Yeah.
So let's see, seasonal workshops, intro to podcasting. Yeah, so on Mondays starting December 2nd through the 16th. So that would be December 2nd, December 9th, and December 16th. It would be a three-part podcasting workshop from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. right here at WCTV. If you're not already a member with WCTV, you'll want to attend a orientation workshop to get yourself situated. Kind of learn what WCTV is all about, policies and procedures and all that. So our next orientation workshop is on Wednesday, November 13th at 6 p.m. So if you want to sign up for either of those workshops, the orientation workshop or the podcasting workshop, just call the station, ask to talk to Victoria. She's running all of our workshops right now. So call and sign up, and you can get in here and make your own podcast.
All right, Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you for the watchers and the viewers and the listeners and the inspectors and the critics, right? And have a nice day. Thank you.